Hi, my name is DJ. Thank you for joining me this morning. This video is just a document of my reselling journey. So thanks for joining me this morning. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to take my hobby and something that I love to do and make it into a full-time career. I think for several years now, I've been doing eBay on the side, part-time, and now I'm getting serious about making eBay a full-time business. So this video is just a little bit about my journey of business growth. So thank you for listening to me and joining me on this eBay journey. Today, I wanted to talk about my morning routine. I believe having a morning routine is very important for someone who's taking business seriously. I don't believe you can go into a small business and do it really well without taking time to prepare and plan and strategize. I think sometimes we just go into our eBay business or any business and just do what we need to do, and yet not strategize and think about the next steps in the business. And so what I wanted to talk about today is how I start my day. I believe that it's very important to get your day started right. And so I would probably consider my morning time, my morning routine, as probably the most important part of my day. I think it's an important part of my business. And so I wanted to make a quick video just to share my morning routine, and maybe it will help you out. Maybe it'll give you a few things to think about. So my morning routine begins at about 5 to 6 a.m. in the morning and ends around usually between 8:30 and 9 a.m. And so I spend, a good 3 to 4 hours in my quiet time, and I quit early enough to be able to go get started with my day, to hit the thrift stores at a decent time. And so my routine starts the moment I get up, and immediately when I get up, I drink a bottle of water. And I used to, think that drinking a bottle of water early in the morning was trivial. I mean, I always heard that you should, hydrate and keep yourself hydrated. But maybe it's because I'm getting older that I'm finding that to drink a bottle of water the first thing in the morning to hydrate, it immediately starts getting rid of the grogginess that I feel in the morning, and I start feeling immediately I start feeling better. And so I highly recommend that I put a bottle of water by the side of my bed every morning or every night, and then in the morning I open it up and just chug a bottle of water, and it just helps get me going. And then I get ready for the day. And so I don't come to my desk until I'm fully dressed for the day, until I've brushed my teeth and prepared. Because for me, the morning routine is part of my business day. And so I want to be fully dressed, and then once I'm done with my quiet time, I want to be ready to go. I want to be able to get in my car and go take care of the things I need to take care of. And so I make coffee. I drink water, make coffee, and coffee is important to my day. So I have my coffee here. Whatever that is for you, just get yourself comfortable, and not too comfortable, but get yourself ready for the day. The next part of my morning routine is what I call a meditation time. For me, it's prayer and studying the Bible. I'm a Christian, so that's what I do. But whatever it is for you, it's important to get our minds focused on on whatever we're going to do. And so sometimes this is listening to music. Sometimes this is listening to maybe some motivational videos. What I noticed is that as I'm going through my journey here of starting a full-time business, there's a lot of fears and anxieties that can creep in. I mean, let's face it, life is not easy. I mean, in our personal lives, we have things going on, things causing us stress, and then we're trying to run a business on top of that. And so it's very important that we get ourselves centered and try to motivate ourselves to go out and do our business. I'll give you an example. Last week, I had a day where I made 0 sales. And right now I'm making between 6 to 8 sales a day. And so to make 0 sales in one day was very discouraging. And so thoughts begin to creep in. Is this going to work? I mean, I have a limited time to get this to work before I need to go get another job. And so fears and doubts creep in. And Rake and Profit, one of the YouTube, eBay community members, put out a video just with motivation, and it helped. It really helped. And so, we need to do what we need to do to get ourselves motivated, to get rid of the fears and anxieties, because the fears and anxieties are part of having a business. It's the ability to work through those, to move on, to trust your gut that makes a business successful. And so having a great motivation time, meditation time is essential to that. The next thing I do is I journal. And I'll probably put a picture up of my journal. It doesn't matter how you do it. Just do it. It doesn't have to be long, and you don't have to write, 2 or 3 pages. It's just it's just about writing notes, writing how you feel. There are no rules in journaling. I use colored paper, so I have reams of paper here, and I take a sheet of paper, I write the date, and then I punch holes in it and I put it in a 3-ring binder. And so my journal here, it's right here, and it's just a 3-ring binder, and I write down. I just have notes, and that's my journal. And I could probably do one of those once a year, but it's mine. And no one else has to see it. There's no format to journaling, and only you're going to see it. And so it's like a big notepad or scratch pad. And so you can do what you want on it. It doesn't have to be orderly. It doesn't have to be neat. It's yours, and it's for writing down notes, writing down ideas. For me, I write down as part of my journaling what I have to do for the day. I record, thoughts that come to my mind. I write ideas for the videos. I write ideas for my business. I think about next steps I have to take, and I also, I think this is an important part of journaling. I write down records. And so, for example, I write down when I take a trip to go thrifting, because it supports the gas mileage that I'm using. I write down when I take someone to lunch, for example, for the business. I write down who I took and what we talked about, because we're going to have the support if we're ever audited on tax purposes. It will help corroborate our tax expenses. And so I use the 3-ring binder. So after meditation, after journaling, I then do research. I write down ideas as they come, and I research. One of the things that I want to do as an eBay seller is to be the best at remembering the brands, remembering what to find. And so I spend quite a bit of time watching YouTube videos about eBay business or about business in general, so that I can be the most prepared. That I'll have the more information you have, the better you're going to be at finding things and running your business. So I mostly watch YouTube videos. Sometimes as I'm writing notes, I have it playing in the background. I watch thrift hauls. I watch what people are reselling. There's lots of YouTube eBay sellers, and it's just a wealth of information. And where else are we going to learn about how to do this business unless we are taking in all the information that's given to us? And so research is very important. Another thing I do is I read. I take a few minutes to read a book. Right now I'm reading Money Master the Game, 7 Simple Steps to Financial Freedom by Tony Robbins. And I come across these books at thrift stores and I pick them up, and again, more information, more knowledge. When else are we going to do this if all we're focused in on is our business during the day and our families at night? We have to have this time of enrichment. And so this is how I learn a lot of my financial know-how. Next, journaling and having a quiet time in the morning, a morning routine is good for goals. Every day I look at what I need to accomplish for the day. I write down meetings that I have, what I want to do for the day. I write down my goals for as far as how many items I want my employees to list. I write down where I want to be at the end of the week, and so I can evaluate and see where everything is. And so on my laptop, I open up my bank account, I open up PayPal, and I open up eBay just to get a grasp of where everything is. We cannot ignore finances. You can't be afraid to open up your bank account to see how much you spent. We have to keep track of all these things. We have to be informed about the position of our business. And so even though it's pretty small right now, I'm trying to make it a habit of being in touch with where everything is, all my metrics in the business, even though I may not even understand all of them right now, just to take a look. And then after I do my morning time, my research, my meditation, my journaling, I pretty much end my time taking a walk. This is for me right now. It's usually around 7:30, 8 o'clock a.m. I go take a walk, and for me right now, it takes about 20 minutes for me to take my walk. And this is just the time for me to think, to sit down or to walk and to appreciate what's going on. Time to take a deep breath. When you're walking outside, I take deep breaths. I really just try to enjoy the moment and being at peace. And this is helpful for me. It helps me, and it's my, again, part of my morning routine. So just a few tips about having a morning routine. First, when you're journaling, keep multiple, I call it keep multiple windows open. And so if my ideas are jumping from one thing to the next, maybe I'm thinking about what I need to do for the day, and then I think of a business idea, I just write it down, just get it down on paper. Because I find at my age that I'm forgetting things left and right. And so I try to write it down as quick as the thoughts come in. And for me, I think this is, this is a part of, God's gifting for me, that He's throwing these ideas to me and giving me these ideas. Sometimes they're things I'll never do, but I write them down anyway. And so you know, there are no rules in journaling. You can do whatever you want to do, and so just write. Just keep writing your ideas down. Use another piece of paper if you need to. This is why I use just pieces of paper. You can always add more. You can punch the holes in and add them to your journal. It doesn't matter. Having rules with this just it cuts off the flow of creativity. And so and that's the great thing about morning routines, is that there is no rules. This is just what I do. And so create your own environment. If you work better in a different lighting, then change the lighting. I work better in white lighting, so my desk lamp is white, even though the room light here is yellow. And usually when I'm in my quiet time, I turn the yellow light off. And so just for this video, I have it on. Be at a place you can focus. Okay, you can't have craziness going around. If TV or videos is distracting, get rid of it. Don't watch videos when you're having your morning routine. There was a season that I would just go to it would be like an IHOP. I would go to a restaurant in Canada. It was called Smitty's, but I would be there at 6:30 in the morning when the doors open, and I would be the only one there. And so I had a whole table to myself. I had coffee that was provided for me by the waitress, and I would open up my journal, put my headphones on, and just focus on planning and having my morning routine. And then change it up from time to time. If something's not working, change it. You're not stuck in it. There's no rules. Maybe you need a change of environment. Maybe you want to go to do your morning routine at a restaurant for a while, and then maybe an office space. Maybe you want to go outside in the morning. Whatever works for you, do it. But again, the morning routine is so important to my eBay business. And so I wanted to make this quick video just to share what I do. Hopefully it's useful for you. So what do you do for your business? Let me know what your morning routine is. Maybe you'll give me some ideas to add to my morning routine. And feel free to leave a comment below, like and subscribe, and help me grow my YouTube channel. Thanks for listening, and I'll talk to you soon.